What if I told you Loki's obsession with destruction wasn't his own doing, but he was inspired by a person we never expected to show up in this arc at all? Someone who inspired him the same way Shanks inspired Luffy to become a pirate and follow his dream. And I think Loki saw this person as the reincarnation of sun god Nika who will destroy the world. He is none other than Rox D. Xebec, Roger's first rival and one of the most heinous pirates, the top dog of that era. But how did Loki even meet him, and did he even join his crew? We get all that info dumped by Loki in this chapter, and while we do receive a little backstory about it, the Straw Hats are facing off against Gunko on the other hand, and there is a possibility of the other Holy Knights showing up as well and fighting Gaban and the Giants. With Saul and Robin still figuring out how to stop the kids from sleepwalking and overcome Saint Somer's ability. Elbaf is in total chaos right now, and to put it in Scopper Gaban's words, if Elbaf is in danger, the world is ending. But all of this started off in the underworld, where we are back to Luffy and company helping Loki out to heal. Goldberg, Sanji and Zoro hunt down a dinosaur for Loki to eat, and I don't even know when did I see a combo attack from Sanji and Zoro last time. We get to know that Goldberg has a shield which can talk, which was made back in the day by none other than Big Mom. Like bro, what the You are telling me that Big Mom is alive? Now think about it, Oda has never explicitly stated what happens to a homie. In Zeus's case, we can say that he got merged with Nami's climate act, making him a completely different entity, but that's an exception. Because there was an homie which Mother Caramel created, and we never saw it after she went down the black hole, also known as Big Mom's appetite. So if you think about it, if this goober is alive, that means Big Mom is alive as well. And I mean, Luffy promised Katakuri that he will take her down specifically. So if she ever returns, it would also make sense plot wise. But still, Big Mom being potentially alive still blows my mind. They bring the dinosaur back to cook it, and Sanji doesn't misses a chance to diss Zoro. They cook it and Luffy straight up picks up the hot piece of meat and burns Loki's face. And then he also proceeds to take the soup and burn him again. Not once, but Loki experienced this man's stupidity twice. And I like how Loki is becoming more friendlier. He just feels like one of the crewmates now. Like he feels like a normal character, unlike a proper One Piece villain. He doesn't even feel like an antagonist anymore. He's just a chill dude. Like this only adds more fuel to the theory of Loki joining the crew in the end, which there are high chances he would. But if he does or doesn't is tomorrow's story, but you guys can join the East Lookers and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's look at East together and do nothing. Thanks if you did, and if you didn't, well, you can give me a chance any other day. I'll be uploading often. Back to the video. Then we get to the main part, the secret sauce of this chapter. Luffy wants to know about Shanks, but Loki doesn't tell him anything and proceeds to trauma bond. I can understand your perspective. This is what happens when you look up to a pirate as a youth. And then we get a flashback of Loki barging into a bar, probably in Elbaf, and we have Rox sitting there menacingly. And we still don't know how he looks other than his eye. Kid Loki tells him that he wants to join or they can rumble. As soon as Rox hears that, he taps him. No hesitation. One panel and that little guy is on the ground. Like Rox is vicious, bro. Like he did not hold back. He literally pulled a Goku and said, these hands are rated E for everyone. Like look at this panel. He stabbed that poor kid and left him on the ground bleeding and called it a day. If you are big enough to crawl, you are big enough to brawl was a panel. This was like, this is the one. Even Whitebeard was like, chill bro. And Rox was like, well, I don't give a shut up Newgate. Rox beat the buggy allegations so hard in this chapter, we are never questioning or making theories anymore on this man. Years of theory making all dropped down in the drain. Dude was there for like 3 panels and did enough stuff to like prove us wrong. And looking at him, he looks like if Shanks was never a family friendly guy and treated everyone the way he treated Kid. Coming back to the present where Loki grieves that he was born in the wrong era, intending that if he was a bit older, he would have joined Rox. And I felt a little bit different about Rocks after this certain panel. Like, he wasn't just an antagonist or a bad man anymore. He's a person with certain ideals and aura like Roger. Like, he had followers. He had people dying to join him. Bro had a fan base. He wasn't just a menace, he was a public figure and a menace. Back to the Sun Realm, and the giants are fighting the monsters. Gaban cuts down the fake Loki and says, if Elbaf is in danger, the world is ending. And please don't say that. I know there's a fake One Piece news out there on the internet currently that One Piece is ending in 2026. Please let it be fake. Please don't start the final war arc. But if you look at it, it's true that if a country like Elbaf is becoming chaotic, the world really is ending. The kid seems to sleepwalk into the fire caused by Loki, and the Holy Knights don't even care about kidnapping them anymore. They just want them to die now. But Jinbei clutches, as usual, and puts the fire out. Thank God we didn't let Jarl win and nerf the Straw Hats into doing nothing. If Cologne wouldn't have been there, the kids would have died 100% in this chapter. The true hero and the savior of Elbaf. But right after that, Gunko chooses to show up in the front of the Straw Hats, wanting to kidnap Cologne, and the chapter ends. Now I'm looking forward for a little fangirl moment from Gunko because she is Brooke's fan, but I don't think so she's gonna hold back at all. And the idea of Saint Somers and Quillingham showing up isn't far away. One more chapter and they can just show up and fight everyone and make sure the kids get to the shore. The real fight isn't defeating them after all, it's about kidnapping the kids. The Holy Knights know that they just need to be the distraction, and their job is done. And also, before I end the video, one last question I've been thinking about: was Gunko the former warden of the Impel Down because of the uniform and the obsession of retired warden to wear the uniform for 2 years straight? Like, she can be a warden of Impel Down before Shiryu. Like, 100%, I'm onto it. Before she became a Holy Knight. And that was the chapter. If you have any opinions, do let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.